Leading the headlines is, of course, the unprecedented storm developing off the coast that seems to be drawing all air masses in this hemisphere into one monstrous circulation. Estimated wind speed measured at Shelburne Island exceeds 330 kilometers an hour. This is a clear 50 kilometers an hour higher than the Category 6 level that was defined only 8 years ago in the storm of '89, when the mother of all storms decimated Hawaii and most of the out islands of Japan. As WRAT reporter Katerina Kartkaya stated in her last message, this storm is in an entirely new category. All Sewerston citizens are advised to spend the coming couple of hours preparing for a long stay in a storm-proof shelter as close to where they are as possible.
And this just in, there may be a connection between the recent suspected bombing of the African Syndicate Embassy in Sewerston and a devastating series of explosions that have just rocked Harare, capital of the ASE, in Central Africa. Hundreds are believed to have died, tens of thousands injured, as the explosion flattened a market, a transit terminal, and a busy shopping district. Angolan extremists protesting Angola's exclusion from the ASE due to its militant leadership are claiming responsibility for the killings.
And speaking of the ASE, our latest views of the riot in downtown Sewerston indicate that riot police have failed to contain the incident, which now spans a full 20-block radius around its origin. This means almost all of Sewerston's downtown is now a military exclusion zone. WRAT's Rick Allen in Hoverjet 1 reports that the boundary is being strictly enforced from the air, and troops are closing off access beyond the zone with tanks and armored ground platforms. Without a doubt, this is the most extensive, damaging, and frightening mob scene in Sewerston history. WRAT will continue to bring you live updates as the situation develops.
And at Sewerston's latest supermall in South Sewerston, Daniela Gresham reports that Mayor Fuller is scheduled to appear in the next 20 minutes. Although he is at the mall to officially open it to the public, it's believed that there is a secondary agenda, and there will be more to the announcement than just the usual "I now declare." WRAT will be there when it happens.
Now for an update on sports, over to Oliver Zhang.
Lana, I just want to comment that this is one of those rare days in Sewerston sports where all three of our major teams are in the city at the same time. The Invaders had a game yesterday and will play at home again tomorrow. Our Maulers are in the final moments of a nail-biter at Causeway Stadium, and we will have the closing play from Clarice in a few moments. And at the newly opened Underworld Heap, John Horton is witnessing the excitement as our tail thrashers prepare to enter the arena. Over to you, John.
The Thrashers will be making their entrance any second, Oliver. This pitch is, in the Livefire tradition, custom designed for the location, and as you might expect in Sewerston, it is riddled with tunnels, passages, and sewer pipes. The latter are corrugated tubes 3 meters in diameter, color toned to blend with the earthy palette of this underground venue, and literally connecting cesspool to cesspool within the arena. Some tunnels branch in as many as 8 directions and leave spectacular opportunity for a team ambush. Obstacles look more like they were retrieved from wrecking yards than built for the site. The mood is impressive, truly reflecting the Sewerston image as a rat-infested hole in the ground. Oliver, I have with me the Thrashers' captain and star player Banshee, who is still officially on the injured list for another week. Banshee, what do you think of your new home base?
The Thrashers can win anywhere, anytime, even in a dung heap like this. Just the smell will be enough to win the match for us. Count on it. Triage is a tough son of a bitch, and he'll get the job done down there. Even without me. I'd rather be waiting in shit the team than up here, though.
Impressive confidence, Banshee. You remind me of my days in Seattle with the salvage. But today, your teammates are up against a much improved Pyro squad who have lost only once in the past 10 games. Are there any special tactics you plan to use against this threat?
We've had a few practices here already. They won't know what's hit them.
We'll know soon enough, because one of the 8 access hatches has opened, And here come the Pyros. Tonight's squad is limited to 5, and it looks like they've chosen to field their top players for this crucial match.
And here come your Cajun Pyros in their black with red accent and characteristic orange-yellow helmets. Led by Blaze, their squad leader, carrying the paralyzing and fearsome Quasar. Next, attacker Torch with the pulverizing atomizer. The nefarious defender Glow with her blinding glow stick, stunning opponents with its glare and brightness. Sweeper Backdraft follows in her wake, carrying his igniter. And rounding out the squad, Sweeper Flick with her masked orbital.
Match number 7 has been set aside. The Tail Thrashers straight in as a unit.
And here they are, your Suicide Tail Thrashers, in their home colors of gray and brown, with fading rat tails flying from their helmets. Your squad leader, Triage, wielding your vicious Trailblazer. Second, your Sweeper Hellion, Scourge of the Arena, carrying her fearsome Nerve Whip. Edgy defender, Orbit, waving his Ninetail to the crowd. And sinister attacker, Plague, in his moving helmet, and brandishing the famed Psycho Blade. Rounding out your Tail Thrashers for today is Allfire, a second sweeper, a cannon in her left hand, and a jump gun in her right. Ladies and gentlemen, your Suicide Tail Thrashers for Tuesday, September 10th, 2097.
And we are underway. The Pyros setting light a cesspit with liquid fire. The Thrashers melting into the sewers. In for a match today, Oliver. A real match.
I know John has been waiting for this inaugural confrontation for some time. We will check back on him a little later, but for the moment we have a game finale to bring you live. Here's Clarice Porter, who is witnessing the closing moments of a very close spikeball contest at Causeway Stadium.
And a tense time it is, Oliver, with our maulers poised for what is sure to be the final play of the game, drawn up on their own 35-meter line. They've lined up in an unusual formation, a single runner on the right with no blockers, everyone else clustered on the left. 2 bombers are covering the solo runner, but Twitch is a tricky player. And they're on the move, tossing the ball between carriers like a hot potato, weaving a magical dance behind Starblocker Bongo and his fellow linemen. The bombers sprint round, but they can't figure out the ball movement. It's Red-Eye, no, over to Twinkie, but now Nash. Absolutely dazzling play, and now it's a long bomb Hail Mary pass downfield, where Twitch has sidestepped everyone and dodged unmarked into the bomber's backfield. The ball clears the line, crosses half, sails towards the end zone, and Twitch is chasing at the line, into the zone, leaps, pulls the ball in as she dives to the turf. Touchdown! Spectacular victory for the Maulers. A spectacular victory!
Another exciting win for the Maulers, which moves them into top place in the Southeast and in a strong position to challenge for supremacy in the World Showdown next month. I'll have an interview with Odious Invaders captain Socket following the 2:30 Sports scoreboard. In the meantime, back to you, Lana.
I'm sure Causeway Stadium will be boiling over for the next hour or so, and situated on the very edge of the now quarantined downtown zone, it will be very tricky getting all those fans home. The subways may be their only recourse. Perhaps Rick Allen can give us a clearer perspective from Hoverjet 1.
Lana, I would certainly not advise any of those fans to take to the air. They'll either be forced groundward or caught in a mass flow in a direction they can't control. The volume of vehicles veering off at this now very large no-fly zone is huge. From Layer 8 it looks like a giant clockwise spiral swirling around the downtown. I estimate at least 50 aerial tanks and 100 armored military hovers enforcing this 10-kilometer diameter blockade, and probably the same number on the ground. Anyone in the zone, be prepared to make it out on your own. And the Very best of luck to you. Lana, I'm on my way now to the X21-X37 interchange, where the layer transition system has failed, likely due to the winds. The listener report indicates hundreds of hovers damaged, the entire interchange shut down, and extensive backup already. Not something that will resolve itself anytime soon, and likely an indication of more to come. My suggestion to those thinking about flying anywhere in the city right now, don't. Stay on the ground, use surface transit or subway, or stay right where you are. This craziness is only getting started.
I'm inclined to agree, Rick. It looks like being a very long day for all of us. Watch the winds up there yourself.
And of course, we still don't know how bad this weather might get, or how soon. For a bit of a speculative update on that, we now have Gertrude on the line from WRAT's Weather Center.
This is WRAT meteorologist Gertrude Schwager. The past hour has seen a dramatic shift in weather patterns across the entire eastern seaboard, and all our earlier expectations have been literally swept away. What we are experiencing now is the system swirl, a cyclic air mass movement as the behemoth that is now Hurricane Zulu 11 swells to record-breaking proportions. From satellite views, we now can estimate this storm to cover a 3,000-kilometer radius. Yes, that's right, entirely unprecedented and still growing. Wind speeds are in excess of 300 kilometers an hour, which puts the storm well beyond our existing Category 6 ranking. In the aftermath of Zulu 11, the record books will need to be rewritten and Category 7 created. We can only hope never to experience the likes of this storm again. Weather predictions in this situation become almost entirely a matter of guesswork. Zulu 11 is moving north and west at about 200 kilometers an hour, sweeping inland already at Katanga, 1,000 kilometers south of us. On its present track, it will miss us by a good 200 kilometers, but I would caution Suweston residents to plan for the worst. Within the next hour, our winds will be up over 200 kilometers an hour, especially at elevation. I am recommending a complete shutdown of air traffic, and only essential outdoor activity of any kind. Residents should activate their emergency shelters now. Keep indoors and stay tuned as we continue to track this historic and devastating weather pattern.
Thank you, Gertrude. I think. Let us know if you have important updates and we'll patch you through live.
I will update you within a half hour, Adam.
Located in our hidden warrens far beneath the city, WRAT's squad of intrepid reporters infest the city, unseen and unlooked for. Combined with the magic of video, we are the eyes and ears of this metropolis. And we're here 24/365 for you.
This is Crazy Henry from Crazy Henry's previously loved hovers. Over 500 vehicles in stock. You name it, we can get it. 6 months unconditional warranty. Guaranteed crash avoidance systems starting as low as $50,000 with no money down on a 5-year term. Your next ride is waiting for you at Crazy Henry's. 37 north to the boundary, just follow the glow. Brightest light in Suweston North. You'll get a steal at Henry's. Come on down and rob us today. Yee-haw!
We have a dramatic report from Daniela Gresham at the South Suweston Supermall. Daniela, can you tell us what's happened?
It's chaos here, Helen. The mayor and his 4 bodyguards took to the podium less than a minute ago, but Mayor Fuller never got a chance to say a word. Snipers took down his bodyguards in a flurry of deadly force, and an energy barrier was raised around the mayor somehow that blotted him from view. Police tried to assault this zone but couldn't breach the barrier. The crowd's in a frenzied panic trying to get away. Wait, the barrier's just dropped and police are rushing the platform, but it's empty. Simply empty. No fallen bodyguards, no mayor. Our mayor's vanished.
Try to stay away from the mad rush, Daniela. We don't need a third reporter in dire peril today.
I'm on the 2nd level of a restaurant, on the balcony. It gives me a great view of the scene without putting me directly in the path of the crowd. I'll stay... Wait, Helen, I see movement near the entrance to the amusement park. the opposite direction from the main mall entrance, where most people are trying to get to. Let me get my headset ocular system zoomed. Yes, it's them. The mayor's alive, Helen. He's been kidnapped or held hostage or something. I'm going to follow before they get too far to keep track of. I'll report back when I have more news.
It seems our reporters are certainly earning their wages today. And as if we don't have enough drama, John Horton has news from the underworld heap.
Our tail thrashers have not disappointed in their inaugural home arena match. Less than 10 minutes in, and they've not only secured a 19-4 lead, but have done so in spectacular fashion by just completing their second slam in a row, knocking out all 5 opposing team players within 30 seconds of each other, twice in succession, without losing a single point. Banshee, your team seems to have taken to this new venue like they've been playing here their whole lives.
This is our turf now. Any team plays us here, they can expect the same. Total annihilation. A thrashing so bad, they'll wish they'd never come.
I can tell you're itching to get back into that arena yourself. Do you predict similar performances in away games as well?
Now that we have a home base, which we've been without for the entire 2 years I've led the squad, we will sweep all opposition like so much flotsam from the sewer. Tail thrashers. Whoa!
And the Thrashers continue to demolish the Pirates here today, Helen. We'll give you another update at 2:30.
Daniela Gresham reports that she has some new information for us from the Sewerston South Supermall. I believe she's on the line.
Helen, not for the first time, I'm grateful for the feature set on our WRAT video headsets. I'm tied into the camera system internal to the mall, and I've been tracking the kidnappers at long range via the HUD, so I can keep on their tail. But now I'm about 400 meters from them, and I'm climbing the frame of this currently stationary Ferris wheel to get a line of sight view. And the headset zoom. Let me see exactly what's going on. Okay, I got a good spot here. There are 6 kidnappers, it looks like. A couple of women. And they look slick, professional, single-minded. Mayor Fuller must have been hit with a light tranquilizer or something like that. Not a bullet, as he appears conscious, but he's tightly constrained in an immobilizer field. After leaving the mall's central gathering place, what people are calling the town square, the kidnappers fled very rapidly south through the entertainment park, which quickly emptied of people, so they fired warning blasts ahead of them to clear their path. There are now about 200 meters from the south entrance to the mall, gathered around the facility building at the north end of the wave pool, just beside the beach. They're clearly doing something inside the building, which houses not just change rooms and other facilities for patrons, but also lifeguard and control stations for monitoring and control of wave pool operation. The pool's in the shape of a huge oval with simulated surf rolling into the 200-meter-long beach.
Daniela, has there been any word from the kidnappers? Do we know what they want?
Not as far as I know, and I've been monitoring all the police comms inside the mall since the incident. They appear to be just as shocked and confused as the public. Although there's a squad of about half a dozen police picking their way slowly through the amusement park right now. They're still a good 500 meters from the beach, and I'm not sure if they know where they're headed. Mall security have their hands full just dealing with the panicked crowds, and... Just a second, Helen. I think I see movement at the beach. Yeah, the kidnappers are activating a pair of lifeguard hoverjets, ground and water skimmers. They've strapped the mirror to one, and... Wait, that guy on the beach! This guy got a rifle, and he's pointing it